So, let's talk about... Actually, no. How about we just watch Ultrakill first? Yeah, this is a game. Ultrakill is the first commercial game released by one R.C. Patala, a Finnish game developer better known by his handle Hakita. So, where do we begin? Well, imagine if you will you know what? No, I can just make this. Here's a line. On one end, we've got the slow and methodical FPSs. Our IM-Sims, our Armas, Counter-Strike, and the like. You camp, death comes fast, and any activity is stressful. On the other end are our Twitch reflex shooters, Quake 3 Arena, Doom, Proteus, Titanfall, that kind of stuff. You move quick, you're scoping out an arena looking for ins and outs, and movement is key to your survival. Okay, so Ultrakill is about another 10 feet off the side of that line. We're talking off the charts Twitch. And for that, Ultrakill is by far the most ruthless FPS I've ever played. But like barreling down the coaster track at 60 miles an hour into an inversion or cramming a whole Carolina Reaper directly into your mouth, don't take that out of context, I keep coming back to the game time and time again. It's the pacing, that constant barrage of new information and making split-second plans that pay out tremendous dividends. Like Smash Brothers, I keep finding these brief pockets of raw luck and skill that wind up creating some seriously skillful looking plays. But whereas I might have one or two of those in an hour of playing Smash, I feel like I'm nearly constantly having those in Ultrakill. Having the idea to fling a coin into the air, switch to the railgun, and ricochet it back with the fury and might of terawatts of raw electric power, fire both barrels towards an opponent, and then punch my own pellets out of the air to send a whole crowd and myself flying, to line up a whole group of enemies to get demolished with a charge shot from the revolver or funnel themselves straight into my minigun's fire. That is Ultrakill. So what is the plot to Ultrakill? Well, I am glad you asked. Mankind is dead, blood is fuel, and hell is full. That's the plot. Any questions? Anything else is irrelevant. So mankind developed a machine, a whole line of machines, that run off of the blood of living beings to power themselves. That's a dumb idea. As the robots begin to run low on fuel and take to wanton murder, hell begins to fill and the earth begins to empty. Eventually, the planet is decimated, left inanimate. But those robots still need blood to run, so they begin to ransack the inferno, delving deeper and deeper on a quest to keep themselves alive. King Minos, then the current judge of hell, feeling that the vast majority of mankind didn't deserve this fate, took to turning the second layer, lust, into a prosperous city to atone for God's own sin, for judging the whole of humanity for the actions of the engineers and designers of these robots. And lust becomes a prosperous metropolis where people are free to be unjudged and find love and pleasure amid such an awful fate. The High Council of Heaven are not pleased with Minos for this, and the Archangel Gabriel strikes him down. Gabriel is appointed the new judge of hell with Minos removed, and Minos' corpse becomes riddled with parasites who destroy this last refuge for humanity. Gabriel now judges the sinners as the righteous hand of the Holy Father, and everyone has sinned in the eyes of God. We're talking real Old Testament, well, this guy fucked up, so you all fucked up stuff. Every human is a sinner, and every human deserves to be punished. You are V1. You don't know any of this stuff. You don't care about any of this stuff. You just know you've got to slurp, otherwise you'll stop working. And the only place to get fresh blood is hell, which is packed with billions of fresh blood bags ripe for the bursting. Grab a gun and get to Ultrakillin', fucko. Ultrakill makes its brand of action known almost immediately. You have a style ranking not unlike that of the Devil May Cry games. Your movement options are nuts, with a slide, dashes, wall jumps, all sorts of advanced techniques. Your standard revolver has a high-risk, high-reward charge shot, and its alternate kit has you tossing coins into the air, which if you can snipe before they fall, ricochet into the nearest enemy weak point. or split in two and deal double the damage if you catch it when it sparkles. Ultrakill greets you full face with the ensuing nightmare and insanity because easing you in would be doing both you and the game a disservice. The game's levels aren't that difficult. Most of the challenge comes from pulling off sick tricks and stunts to keep your style meter in multiplayers high enough to score an S rank at the end of the level, and from the game just being so damn fast. If just watching this doesn't sell the speed, let's compare it to some Doom Eternal. Okay, and then some Titanfall 2. Back to Ultrakill. Ultrakill is fast, but the moment a boss shows up, get ready to die. The bosses on offer in this game are really tricky, making you apply all the movement tech, the action, the skill you've expected to have amassed by now in order to succeed. Even just starting with Sword Machine and Cerberus before making you confront the hideous mass, the Insurrectionist. But, man, it's V2 and Gabriel that really got to me. You ever play Punch-Out? Specifically Title Defense mode on the Wii, when the opponents have really complicated attack patterns and it's easy to get lost in them, when improvising just based on visual and auditory cues is already so difficult as it is. The moments of opportunity are often so small, and any headway you make can be undone in an instant. Now imagine that at 90 miles an hour in an FPS, and imagine if Bear Hugger could throw an explosive spear made of pure holy light at you. Imagine giving Aaron Ryan a fucking nail gun. Ultrakill. But hey, maybe I just suck at the game. Maybe I should take some time to get good at the cyber grind. What? Are these the textures from Super Up in Smoke coming real soon to an itch.io page near you? Yes. Cybergrind is an endless arena mode, and it's one nasty son of a bitch. I mean, it's endless waves of enemies on a cube floating in the abyss, but that music! It's worth mentioning that Hikita wrote every song in the game that's not just a public domain track. Or this. Honestly though, sidetrack, the combination of drum and bass with Worry a Fool or just old public domain easy listening music gives this game a really uncanny vibe. It just for some reason really cements just how bad things have gotten. These songs, these performances, these lives, dreams, loves, extinguished in a moment of greed and hubris, just a burning memory amid the last vestiges of life. The existential dread wears heavy upon my shoulders, but not as heavy as the bass and Cybergrind. Come on, listen to that freaking meat hook, dude! And when we're done here, we can go to the sandbox. Looks like Hikita constructed a very original and not at all stolen from something else environment for us to play around in, and yeah, it's a sandbox. Or to brush up on our skills, we can go back to old levels and find new secrets, soul orbs, or even secret levels. The secret levels in Ultrakill are actually really cool. There's one per layer, and they take the form of other games. Survival horror, puzzle adventure, platformer, dating sim, you know how it goes. There's also the Prime Sanctums, which are levels unlocked by getting perfect rankings in the entirety of an act. I can't show you any of that, because this game's fucking rough, and I'm bad at it. Ultrakill is good. Is it highest rated game on all of Steam good, though? Honestly, yeah, just about. It's not just taking the gestalts of old shit and splashing a new coat of paint on it. It's not about emulating the look of old PSX games for street cred. Look, I can turn all that stuff off and just play it like a low-poly Unity game. I can also crank them all the way up and turn the game into a mess of pixels for reasons unknown. You know, this is what Ultrakill would look like on Game Boy Color. Ultrakill takes its various inspirations and combines them in new and honestly unique ways I haven't seen in an FPS before. The brawler-style scoring system, the advanced tech, even just the attention to detail in that enemies killed in water leave wispy clouds of blood that heal less because the blood gets suspended in the water and disperses throughout. Every corner of this game is superbly well thought out and carries with it the confidence and ethos of indie veterans, despite Hikita only doing smaller free-to-download titles on itch prior to this. Ultrakill knows what it wants to be and is doing everything in its power to be exactly that. And I can't help but commend it. When I give a game like Doom Eternal or Titanfall 2 a bad rating, you know, like a B, I tend to bring up an adage that I find myself repeating time and time again. Do one thing, but do it well. So many games, especially in the modern age, are trying to be everything at once or even just too many things. And when quantity goes up, quality takes a hit. Even if everything works and looks nice, I can't play Grand Theft Auto 5 specifically as a golf title. The experience is shallow at best and just tapping buttons at worst. If I want a good driving game, I can pick up Forza or Wreckfest. If I want a good tennis title, I can go play Wii Sports. And this can be applied on a micro level too. Back 4 Blood's biggest problem is that it apes the design language of Left 4 Dead, but fills it with number crunching and stat management, turning a casual, friendly experience into something rather less casual quickly. The biggest problem with Doom Eternal is that its brawlery cooldowns and combat mechanics get in the way of the silky smooth running and gunning, so I'm constantly kind of just playing 2 different games at once. Boneworks' biggest issue is that the IK player is technically impressive, but it hinders your ability to travel throughout the game and enjoy it. Ultrakill balances everything against that high risk, high reward combo system, and the weapons honestly play an understated role in the game. Most of them don't have ammo, their uses are relatively limited, but finding ways to mix and match their abilities to rack up that multiplier and shoot you straight into Ultrakill territory doesn't get old. It makes you feel awesome, and the gameplay seems hell-bent on keeping that momentum going, and it brings you along for the ride whether you're ready or not. The game does have assist options, and they are quite robust, but playing it on the standard difficulty and roughing it out was immensely satisfying for what it's worth. Ultrakill is easily an S, at the present moment, in my personal tier list. But how does it stack up to Doom and Left 4 Dead? Honestly, all the games within a tier are kind of interchangeable. There's not granular things that make Doom better than other games. They all share the title. How do I compare Ultrakill's quad coin, railgun, projectile boost, nail trap, parry nonsense to Left 4 Dead's slower, more casual pace, but with its high tension? How does its wide array of looks and feels to Dante's Inferno compare to the fire and brimstone of Doom's Hell? They don't have to. And that's okay. I totally forgot to talk about the different layers of hell. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's based on Dante's Inferno. You know, limbo, lust, gluttony, so on and so forth. I was originally turned off of the game just by the prelude. It's very kind of red and black. But once you complete layer 0 and you actually start making it into the different layers, they're all super different from one another. Just even aesthetically, and they kind of really play into the gestalts and themes of Dante's Inferno quite fantastically. Limbo is supposed to be this serene and peaceful place, but the walls are clearly TVs, and all of the sounds, the birds chirping and everything, are clearly just speakers in the environment. Lust is this like weird like sci-fi dystopia cyberpunk city, and it looks super cool. It's a really interesting color palette, a lot of blues and purples. But it also does feel dilapidated. Once you know kind of the story with King Minos, you see it kind of unfold within the layer itself, and it's really sad. But Greed is a desert level, and the sand is like flipping gold dust, and it's hot. And that's why it hurts you. It's so smart, and it looks so good for the art style that Nikita is going for. It's just a good game. It's just a really good game. Ultrakill is available on Windows PC and Linux by way of Proton on Steam, with a demo available both on Steam and itch.io. The full game is $20, though it's in early access, with just 4 of the 9 layers of the Inferno complete at the time of this review. Development is slow, but not leisurely, as it's just one person at the wheel and they're doing what they can to ensure the game is quality throughout. Nikita believes the game will leave early access sometime later in 2022, though that date is subject to change. You should play the game. It's not often that I get this excited over a game being this good. It's good.
If you like this video and you'd like to see more, I'd recommend subscribing. Patreon and social media links are in the description.
Didn't you say you'd be loving me night and day? Or were you fooling? Didn't you sigh every time that we kissed goodbye?